Good morning, friends. Today I'm going to talk about persistence is the key to success. Three facts of life which I believe is very important and life changing, at least to me. The first one is life is hard. It always has been and it always will be. It's never been any different for you, me, or anybody else. Second, everything you are or ever will be is up to you. Your life today is the sum total of all your choices, good or bad. If you want your future to be different, you have to make better choices. Third, and perhaps the most important, you can learn anything you want to learn, to become anyone you want to become, to achieve anything you want to achieve. There are very few limitations, and most of them are on the inside, not on the outside. So it is up to you to take the brush of your imagination and begin painting a masterpiece on the canvas of your life. It is up to you to decide clearly what would make you the happiest in everything you are doing. We all have dreams and goals. But how can we make sure that we reach our dreams and goals? You cannot hit a target you cannot see. You have to know exactly what would make your heart sing or what would make your soul on fire. It can be anything. Maybe the weirdest of thing doesn't matter because the person doing the work determines the difference between mundane and the magnificent. As Steve Jobs said, the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking, don't settle. Goals are the fuel in the furnace of achievement. If your goals are the fuel in the furnace of achievement. If your goal is to get through the day and then go home and watch TV, you will achieve that. If your goal is to be fit and healthy and live a long life, then you will achieve that too. And if your goal is to be financially independent or even wealthy, if that truly is your goal, there is nothing that can stop you from reaching it sooner or later. Your only limitation is your desire. How badly do you want it? Because nothing really worthwhile is easy. And who can tell better than me as I'm trying to transform my life? When I was in college, I have the wildest dream that I will become a speaker so that I can inspire people. I know we all have the wildest dream, but these wildest dreams always live outside the comfort zone. And this wildest dream is still clinging to one corner of my heart till today. I never give that passion to grow, neither I have the time. But I'm letting this passion grow into a full-blown tree. We are all in a one-way journey. We all have to die sooner or later. Let's face it, I am 40 years old. How much time I have left? So why I should be scared to pursue for my passion? The most is I will fail. I have failed in so many things in my life. I failed in so many exams. I failed in every new job I started. I failed in my driving test. I failed in sex. I failed in so many other things. But I have nailed everything down. And I'm ready to fail one more time. Because when I am in my deathbed, I will not have the slightest regret that I did not try it even. There are so many examples of famous failure. Albert Einstein, Michael Jordan, Walt Disney, Steve Jobs, J.K. Rowling, Oprah Winfrey. All of them have failed at some point, but they have the charisma to keep on moving in the face of adversity. As Steve Jobs said, your time is limited, so don't waste it living somebody else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma that is the result of other people thinking, and don't let the noise of other people's opinion drown your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition, and everything else is secondary. Then why or you should be an obstacle in your dreams? I don't want to be perfect. I want to be useful. I want to be good. I want to sound like myself. I want to leave a legacy. I want to tell you two stories about my life and how persistence has helped me achieve my goals. The first story, when I was in the pharmacy school, I was an average student and I had to write a competitive exam to pursue my master's degree. I have around 3.5 months left, and I took a short break and went to my friend's house. And after coming back, I started preparing for my exam. It was not an easy exam because I have to study all the 4 years of pharmacy. And moreover, I have just finished third year and knew nothing about the final year. But I was very determined and very motivated to give my best shot. I used to study 12 to 15 hours a day. I worked really very hard. Only 2 students were able to clear that exam, and I was one of them. As I told you before, I was an average student. But in spite of that, I was able to crack that exam because of my persistence and perseverance. I never gave up, and I will never give up in life anytime, because I know whatever I dwell upon long enough and hard enough will eventually materialize in the world around me. The second story is when I was going abroad from India to London. I haven't taken any domestic flight in my lifetime, neither any of my family members. The only time I'm flying, and that also international. I did not know how to pack my luggage. It was a complete disaster. When I reached the airport, they told me 20 kgs is the limit, and I have 3 small suitcases with 30 kgs. They will not allow me to board the plane. So I have to shrink the 3 baggage into 2 baggage, throw one of the bag and some of the stuff in the garbage, wear a jacket in sweltering heat, tie one of the jacket in my waist, and somehow I was able to get the boarding pass. But the story doesn't end there. I was naive enough to land in a new country with $150 in my pocket. I did not know anybody. I shouldn't say naive, that all I was able to arrange. But the day of the landing, I called my friend in US, and he told his friend will come and pick me up from the airport. And he did. He was a savior, and I'm thankful to him till today. But the story doesn't end there. 18 days after landing in a new country, I lost my mother. And I did not have any money to take a return flight. It was not easy, but I survived that too. And on that day, I decided that I will be successful at any cost. I used to work sometimes 48 hours in a row. And within a span of 1.5 years, I was able to buy my own house. And it was a big achievement for me. And through the whole process, I learned one important lesson. You don't have to see the whole staircase. You have to take the first step in faith. Until today, I'm applying the same principle in my speaking. I don't have to see the whole staircase. I have to take the first step in faith and in me. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is read a quote which is written by myself. You don't get what you want in your life. You get what you focus on. I've seen it in my life. I've seen it in my friend's life. I've seen in successful people. You do get what you focus on. Sir Isaac Newton was asked how he is able to make such a significant contribution in the world of science. And he replied by thinking of nothing else. Michael Phelps, one of the decorated Olympian ever born, and the single biggest reason for his amazing success, he got laser focused to the point that nothing could tinker his mind to think anything except his goals. No doubts, no limits, no distraction, pure sacrifice and commitment. The only thing you can change in this world is yourself. And that makes all the difference. Everything you are or ever will be is up to you. Thought by thought, action by action, you can learn how to make your life a masterpiece. You can learn how to create something truly beautiful out of your efforts. You can learn how to take complete control of your destiny. You can learn how to accomplish more than you have ever dreamed possible. Just don't expect it to be easy. Theodore Roosevelt once said, do what you can with what you have right where you are. Start by doing the necessary, then the possible, and suddenly you are doing the impossible. Belief creates the actual fact. If you truly believe that you are meant to be a great success in life, no matter what happens, you will continue pushing yourself until you reach your goal. One of the greatest speeches I have heard is I Have a Dream speech by Martin Luther King. I want to quote a few lines. I have a dream that one day my 4 little kids will live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of the skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. And I have a dream too that one day I will become a speaker so that I can inspire people in any way it is possible. I know words can make you think. Words are sharper than a knife. Words can pierce like sword. Words can change your whole life altogether. And I want to tell you that I have the audacity to stand in front of the podium in spite of never standing in the podium my entire life. The only time I stood in the podium when I was 6 years old and I was a clown at the school annual function. Believe me, that's the only time. I'm scared, nervous, petrified of public speaking. But I have a dream today. And I believe if Demosthenes can overcome his shuddering and become one of the greatest orators of ancient Greek, I can too. And if I can do, you can achieve anything you want to achieve in your life. Because the moment one definitely commits oneself, then providence moves too. I know it's a long journey. But when I look back, I see how I started. It's a journey, inch by inch, step by step. I'm ready to take the journey. If you want to reach your goal, you have to see the reaching in your own mind before you actually arrive at the goal. One day, your kid will come to you and say, I have a dream today. And you should be able to say back, go for it, kid, just like I did. And you will only be able to say it when you go for your dreams. I want to end my speech by giving a part of Theodore Roosevelt's speech, which he gave in Paris in April 23rd, 1910. And the speech is called The Man in the Arena. It is not the critics who counts, nor the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does strive to do the deeds, who shows great enthusiasm, the great devotion, who spends himself in a worthy cause, because at the end he knows the triumph of high achievement, and at the worst, if he fails daring greatly. Chase your dreams. Go for your dreams. Thank you very much.